Good afternoon, and welcome to the Graduate School Convocation. Today we are gathered virtually after degrees were formally bestowed in the commencement ceremony to individually honor all of those who have worked long and often overcome incredible obstacles to earn graduate degrees here at the Graduate School of the Anschutz Medical Campus. Normally, PhD recipients would be hooded by their mentors in both ceremonies, but under these exceptional circumstances, we will hood them virtually by acknowledging the mentor for each recipient of this highest degree. Master's program directors, who would also normally hood their graduates, will also be acknowledged. Before we start, I would like to thank the people from the graduate school, especially Pat Goggins, Jordan Schieffer, and Dr. Shauna Cox, who have put in many hours to make this convocation happen. You are now alumni of the University of Colorado, and moving on to your careers in education and research in many facets of the public and private sectors. The road ahead of you is strewn with challenges and possibilities. Focus on those possibilities. They will not necessarily be the ones you anticipated here and now. They certainly won't be in 20 years from now. Personal computers will be museum pieces. Keep your eyes and minds open, and yet the fundamentals of scholarship and inquiry you have learned here will remain. Mostly the tools will change. For most of you, the friends, colleagues, and mentors you've acquired here will remain with you for the rest of your life. Take it from someone who graduated 40 years ago. Keep up those ties. We hope you'll stay in touch with your mentors and programs at CU as you go off to develop your careers and come back and inspire and inform a new generation of CU students. Although we are gathered here primarily to honor all of today's graduates who have worked so hard to make this day a reality, it's also a chance to provide special recognition to a few students and faculty members who have displayed exceptional excellence in graduate education. First, I'd like to announce the winners of the 2021 Outstanding Dissertation Award. PhD dissertations are expected to report high-quality research and scholarship. The nominations for this award were all incredibly impressive and resulted in a two-way tie. This year's award will be shared by Dr. Sarah Gibson Cook from Pharmacology and Dr. Alexandria Nicole Hughes from Neuroscience. Dr. Sarah Gibson Cook, who was mentored by Dr. K. Ulrich Beyer, conducted her dissertation research on the function of calcium calmodulin-dependent protein kinase 2 targeting in synaptic plasticity and pathology. Her mentor describes this work as the most important scientific contribution from his lab to date, which is no small accomplishment from an almost 20-year-old lab where first author papers in high-profile journals are not unusual. Even there, Dr. Cook's record stands out, with more than 6 first author papers, including a cover story in Cell Reports, and an independently funded NIH F31 fellowship. She is fearless with her experiments and generous with her time and expertise, growing to be the go-to person for training in the lab and an active member of outreach programs including Women in STEM, Young Hands in Science, and at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. Her departure leaves a hole in the Beyer lab. She will be missed. For her exceptional scientific achievements, Dr. Cook is one of this year's recipients of the Outstanding Dissertation Award. Congratulations, Dr. Cook. Dr. Alexandria Nicole Hughes, who was mentored by Dr. Bruce Apple, conducted her research on neuronal and microglial interactions with oligodendrocytes regulate myelin sheath formation and elimination. Her first project built on prior Apple lab work, but her second project was entirely her own, from inception to publication. Her 2 distinct novel discoveries are reported in Nature Communications and Nature Neuroscience, with only one other author, her mentor. This is unusual in a field of neuroscience and demonstrates that Dr. Hughes is an especially creative, independent, and bold scientist. At the time of her nomination, Dr. Hughes's publications had been cited more than 50 times and have opened the door to entirely new directions for research. For her groundbreaking studies and promise as one of the most talented young investigators in the field of neuroscience today, Dr. Hughes is one of this year's recipients of the Outstanding Dissertation Award. Congratulations, Dr. Hughes. In addition to independent scholarship, we recognize the exceptional contributions that students make outside the lab in service to the university and broader community. The Graduate School Student Award for Distinguished Service honors a graduate who has gone above and beyond during their time with us, and this year we are pleased to recognize Dr. Zoe O'Donohue, a graduate of the Microbiology PhD program. Beyond her outstanding lab and program citizenship, Zoe enthusiastically dedicated herself to outreach activities that have left long-lasting imprints on the community. As a member of Project Bridge, she fostered meaningful interactions with local and state lawmakers, lobbyists, and advocates. As a science vaccine advocate, she testified in person and writing in favor of a bill aimed at increasing childhood vaccination rates in Colorado. The bill is now law. Zoe is a talented communicator capable of making complex ideas more accessible to non-scientist audiences through the use of storytelling skills and making those skills more accessible to other scientists by creating advocacy toolkits and workshops in the art of science communication. Zoe has also been a key player in the Think Like a Scientist program, a community outreach effort bringing science to elementary schools surrounding our campus. Despite being so close to some of the brightest scientific and medical minds, these schools have cut science because their diverse and economically disadvantaged background students are behind in their reading, writing, and math. Zoe and her peers developed lesson plans, slide decks, and experiment prompts that were compiled into a comprehensive guide that is used locally as well as by Boys and Girls Club in Guam and a medical fellowship program in Toronto, Canada. Beyond creating materials, Zoe secured funding necessary to run the program at no cost to local participants. Since these are only a small sampling of Zoe's service work, it is no surprise that she was selected as a Science Policy Fellow with the American Association for the Advancement of Science in the executive branch of the U.S. government. She will soon find herself on the front lines of science policy in Washington, D.C., and we have no doubt that she will represent our campus to the very highest level. Congratulations, Dr. O'Donohue. In recognition of the extraordinary events of this year, the Graduate School established an award to recognize central contributions made by graduate students to improving the climate of diversity, equity, and inclusion on campus. The inaugural winner of this award is Sid O. Staggs, a Master of Public Health student in the Colorado School of Public Health. Sid has shown leadership and commitment to the enhancement, development, and sustainability of diversity, equity, and inclusion excellence in all of their actions, ranging from small to large on a daily basis as a graduate student. As part of their MPH capstone, Sid has undertaken several projects to educate and promote an inclusive environment for LGBTQ+ people across campus. Sid worked with a local LGBTQ+ artist to design pronoun pins to be distributed at Children's Hospital of Colorado to faculty and staff. This is a way for staff to show that they are welcoming of people of all genders and also share pronouns that they use. Sid and others distributed over 5,000 pins. Sid also worked to help design and roll out a training Understanding Gender and Sexual Orientation for more than 10,000 employees at Children's Hospital Colorado. Additionally, Sid helped write a script and tip sheet for providers at Children's Hospital Colorado to fill out our newly launched Sexual Orientation and Gender Identity form in electronic health record. This is a way to document patients' name, pronouns, gender identity, organs present, and sexual orientation. More recently, Sid was awarded Student Leaders in Public Health grant, so we know Sid is only just beginning their work at the intersection of different identities. Congratulations, Sid. We'll close the awards portion of our ceremony with the Faculty Awards for Teaching and Mentorship. For those who have never engaged in formal didactic teaching, it's hard to conceive of the labor and imagination that goes into preparation. The usual assumption is 8 to 10 hours preparation per hour of direct interaction with students. To honor those who are particularly successful in this, we ask students to nominate faculty for the Chancellor's Teaching Recognition Award who have inspired and enlightened them in the classroom. From the multiple enthusiastic nominations we received this year, the award goes to Dr. Chelsea Loman Bonfiglio, who is better known as Dr. B to the graduate students in the Modern Human Anatomy program who submitted this glowing nomination. Although the award was formally conferred at the preceding commencement, we would also like to acknowledge Dr. B's accomplishments here as well. Dr. B has demonstrated exemplary care and concern for student success, a high level of professionalism, and an unbelievable ability to adapt to change and engage students. For example, when Gross Anatomy shifted to a virtual format due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Dr. B restructured her flipped classroom lectures, worked in new technology to her lectures, and was successful in maintaining an environment in which students want to learn. Her Gross Anatomy lectures are described as captivating, which is remarkable for a topic with a reputation for being a little dry. Dr. B is very knowledgeable and emphasizes the importance of understanding material rather than just memorizing the material. If students had difficulty finding structures, she gave them time to reason why they thought certain structures were what they thought. However, when corrections are necessary, Dr. B makes them politely and with direct reference to course material. When working with her TAs, Dr. B shares her teaching wisdom, including how to quickly identify and help a student who is struggling. Modern Human Anatomy is lucky to have such a wonderful instructor. Congratulations, Dr. Loman Bonfiglio. In addition to asking students to nominate faculty for excellence in formal teaching situations, I'm happy to say we also ask for nominations for excellence in doctoral and master's mentoring awards. Much of what we do to help prepare our students for their careers as advising and mentoring is done outside formal didactic settings, in labs, one-on-one meetings, dissertation committees, or just informal chats, sometimes over a beer. Some faculty members are natural mentors, but other people who do this well have developed thoughtful mentoring plans, just as we would put careful planning into any research proposal. Students and postdocs recognize and appreciate this mentoring, and this year we have 2 winners of the Doctoral Mentoring Award and 1 winner of the Master's Mentoring Award. Each of these faculty members was nominated by letters from multiple students and other colleagues. In reading the individual comments from these many letters, it's easy to see that they have certain themes in common. These faculty are generous with their time, both for their own students and for others. They listen to students as individuals and accept responsibility to help in career development as advisors and mentors, not only principal investigators. The admiration that trainees have for all the nominees as role models, and especially these winners, really shines through. The winner of the Master's Mentoring Award is Dr. Edith Zemanek from the Master of Science in Clinical Science program. The winner of the Dean's Doctoral Mentoring Award is Dr. Haida Ford from the Pharmacology PhD program. Congratulations to you both. Now for the part of the event you've been waiting for, the recognition of our graduates. Without further ado,
the following students are graduating with a Doctor of Philosophy degree for spring 2021 in a variety of programs. Their names will be announced alphabetically. Colleen Christopher Anderson, Toxicology Program. Dr. Anderson was mentored by Dr. James R. Rohde. Emily Barr, College of Nursing, Nursing PhD Program. Dr. Barr was mentored by Dr. Kathleen S. Oman. Catherine Louise Boada, Clinical Science Program. Dr. Boada was mentored by Dr. Robin Peterson. Joel Carmichael, Clinical Science Program. Dr. Carmichael was mentored by Dr. Jennifer Stevens Lapsley. Sarah Gibson Cook, Pharmacology Program. Dr. Cook was mentored by Dr. K. Ulrich Bayer. Shanli Marie Davis, Clinical Science Program. Dr. Davis was mentored by Dr. Scott P. Zeitler. Jacqueline Essig, Neuroscience Program. Dr. Essig was mentored by Dr. Gidon Felsen. Rachel Gao, Toxicology Program. Dr. Gao was mentored by Dr. Sean P. Colgan. Cody Glickman, Computational Bioscience Program. Dr. Glickman was mentored by Dr. Michael Strong. Aaron Isian, Structural Biology and Biochemistry Program. Dr. Isian was mentored by Dr. Kirk C. Hansen. Eric Jaffe, Molecular Biology Program. Dr. Jaffe was mentored by Dr. Lee Ann Neiswander. Robert Jones, Pharmacology Program. Dr. Jones was mentored by Dr. Dan Theodorescu. Catherine Kistler, College of Nursing, Nursing PhD Program. Dr. Kistler was mentored by Dr. Terry L. Hernandez. Sherry Ledoux, Rehabilitation Science Program. Dr. Ledoux was mentored by Dr. Jennifer Stevens Lapsley. A. Christian McFarland, College of Nursing, Nursing PhD Program. Dr. McFarland was mentored by Dr. Denise C. Smith and Dr. Jacqueline Jones. Andrew Mecca, Neuroscience Program. Dr. Mecca was mentored by Dr. Anthony W. Peng. Johannes Menzel, Molecular Biology Program. Dr. Menzel was mentored by Dr. Joshua C. Black. Kelsey W. Nassar, Cancer Biology Program. Dr. Nassar was mentored by Dr. Rebecca E. Schweppe. Jennifer Rabin, College of Nursing, Nursing PhD Program. Dr. Rabin was mentored by Dr. Catherine M. Jankowski. Andrew Riching, Pharmacology Program. Dr. Riching was mentored by Dr. Kunwa Song. Jessica Schaefer, College of Nursing, Nursing PhD Program. Dr. Schaefer was mentored by Dr. Kathleen S. Oman. Janet Siebert, Computational Bioscience Program. Dr. Siebert was mentored by Dr. Karsten Gerg. Ruth Wong, Molecular Biology Program. Dr. Wong was mentored by Dr. Sean P. Colgan. We will now recognize the students who are graduating with a Master of Science degree for Spring 2021, separated by program. Student names will be announced alphabetically therein. Bioengineering Program. Program Director, Dr. Jeffrey Jaycott. Priyamvada Kundu. Samantha Thomas. Biomedical Sciences, and Biotechnology program. Program Director, Dr. Inga Wefes. Melissa Frank. Jessica Ann Goodman. Samuel Clausen Hansen. Alex McGraw. Luis Francisco Morales Schneider. Robert Van Gulik. Epidemiology program. Program Director, Dr. Tessa Kroom. Emily Joan Wu. Genetic Counseling Program. Program Director, Miss Carol Walton. Sophie Means. Modern Human Anatomy Program. Program Director, Dr. Tom Finger. Haley Angus. Jessica Bryant. Eric Einerson. Caleb Feebig. Marissa Flores. Cassandra Gonzalez. Marissa Height. Andrew Hull. Rowan Gerard. Kanan Isaiah Kerr. Alexis MacDonald. Connor James Sikora. Kimberly Teese. Lauren Wall. Zachary Ziastra. Pharmaceutical Sciences Program. Program Director, Dr. David Kroll. Yeba Hermione Adje. We will now recognize the students who are graduating with a Master of Science degree in Clinical Science for Spring 2021. Program Director, Dr. Lisa Sekudo. Nicholas Gosiev. Thomas Spencer Poor.
As we come to a close in this graduate convocation, it's strangely liberating to know that whatever advice I leave you with, you will promptly ignore and get on with your lives. Nonetheless, here it is from the perspective of someone who was in your position once many years ago. Do two things that are not mutually exclusive. First, figure out how to make your professional life interesting. Life will generally bring challenges to you. Embrace them, solve them, and look for new challenges. The fact that you've invested this much of your life in graduate study testifies that you don't seek boredom. Secondly, examine what you're doing through the lens of how you'd like to look back at it in 20 years. It gives you a very personal perspective on what you'd like to achieve. To paraphrase Seneca, as for any story, so it is with life. It's not how long it is, but how good it is that really matters. Congratulations, everyone. Go forth and conquer.